I don't know how, but this year is over. It ended. Alright, this is gonna be a recap of my year, what I've done, what I've learned, how I grew, what I saw, what I heard, everything. Okay, let's get started. I had no hopes for this year at all. I was like,
Is it okay if I choose?
is it okay if she chooses?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, I don't care. As long as you guys don't care, I don't care. When this year started, I literally had no hope. I was not in the best place mentally, and I was at a job that I was really depressed at, and I didn't know how to end this job. Even though everything in life is in our hands, we have the power to change anything in our lives, I just, for some reason, couldn't do it. New Year's Eve, I was just like, you know, like I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow. The first day of the month, I'm gonna quit my job, and it doesn't matter. I was living with my girlfriend's parents, so I wasn't in my own place. I didn't have like a lot of bills to pay. I had money saved up. I was like, I'm gonna quit. I can't do it anymore, and I don't want to start the year out at a place that I don't like. So I built up the power, the courage in me, something that I just really thought I could not do, and I went in January 1st and I quit my job. I actually have a video on my channel, one of the first YouTube videos I posted on this channel of me quitting my job and starting to go to therapy. I'm gonna actually do this by going through my camera roll because I feel like that'll give me a good sense of just like how time went this year. This year was, it was the best year of my
entire life.
I don't think anything will top this year. Well, I hope. I hope another year can top this year, but it was just that good that I'm like really sad, I think, to see it end. And a part of me is like sad because it feels like when like the year ends, it's like a cutoff, and everything that happened yesterday and before is just gone and forgotten, and that's not true. I still have all the memories from this year, and I take those with me into the new year. But for some reason it's like, okay, like this year ended, now it's like a cutoff and we're starting over, all of those memories are lost. But that's not true at all. Now is the time where we can make new memories, start over, and make even better ones. So I quit my job, put in my 2 weeks. So I was there for the first 2 weeks of 2021 still, but it was coming to an end, and I knew that, and that was very good for me. The first few months of 2021 were pretty just standard. I was working a part-time job upstate New York where we lived with my girlfriend's parents, and I had started therapy, which was helpful but not as helpful as I thought it would be. I think I've talked about my mental health struggles, my childhood trauma. I've talked about everything to multiple people. Like, a lot of people know the things that I've been through, and I thought telling a therapist would help, but I think I've just already pretty much processed everything fully myself, which I know a lot of people would say that's like not possible and you need to go to a professional and whatever, but I did try, and I felt like I didn't get anything out of it, and maybe it was just the wrong therapist for me, who knows. I just had my first therapy session and I cried already, but you can't tell because I purposely didn't wear mascara on the bottom lashes, so I still look February, or the end of January, went on my first trip. It was like a day trip. We went to Albany, New York. Never been there, but I was like, if I live in New York, I should go and like, you know, see the Capitol and whatever, because I don't know how long I will be here. A lot of the beginning of the year, the winter months, I was simply just living with my girlfriend's parents and just kind of living a normal day-to-day life. Didn't do much, just kind of worked, came home. COVID was still, you know, pretty big, pretty happening, but things slowly started to open up towards April. April was the start, I feel like the true start of my year. Wow. April, yeah. This year was amazing, and I can't even express how thankful I am for how it went and what I got to experience, because it has just been amazing, and I like I said, I went into this year not really knowing what to expect. I don't really do the whole resolution thing. I don't think it like is helpful to me or to anyone really, but I think it's good to like set maybe like a couple of goals that you want to achieve, but I don't like the idea of like, okay, we're gonna stop doing this, we're gonna lose weight, we're gonna do this, like, you know, like I set more, I feel like, goals that are healthy for me. I almost like make a mood board in my head of what I want to see my year look like, rather than things I'm going to change and do and accept, because those things will just come naturally when you're working towards incorporating those things you want to see into your life. So one thing for me is always traveling. I'm always looking to travel, and I traveled this year, and it happened. And I think also the beginning of this year, with going to therapy and kind of just starting this healing journey, I really got into spirituality. I'm still not an expert, don't ask me any questions or anything about it, because I'm still learning, but I started reading this book called The Secret. But that book literally changed my entire life, my entire perspective on life. I recommend it to everyone. But basically that book is just about the power of manifestation, the law of attraction. What is meant to be yours will come to you. You don't have to go chasing it. What's meant to be, you'll attract. And when I started to think this way, my entire life changed, literally. Even those days where I was working at my job and I was really, really sad, and I thought I was going to just break down in the middle of everyone. Just thinking positively, talking really nice to myself, like positive self-talk. It sounds so silly, but even at my current job now, sometimes I'm like in the elevator, like when I'm going to a different floor, and I'll just start talking to myself, and I'm like, you got this, everything's okay, you are smart, you're loved, you're good. I do this and I say it out loud to myself in public because it's just that helpful. I don't know if this year would have even went the way I wanted to if it wasn't for that book, because in the end of March, I have always wanted to live in New York City, always, since in high school. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I was thinking, but my senior year of high school, I truly thought that I was somehow going to just move to New York or LA. I applied to schools there, and I didn't have any money saved up. My family didn't have any money saved up for me to even go to college, and I thought I would somehow just magically just like move to New York City or LA, and obviously that did not happen. I didn't have, you know, the means to do that. I didn't have any money or any plan or anything like that. But now that I lived here in New York, because I'm originally from Nebraska, so that's why it was such a big thing for me that like I thought I was gonna move to one of these places. But now that I had been living with my girlfriend in New York, it was much easier to get to New York City than from Nebraska, obviously. So the end of March, we began looking at apartments, and we were just like, what if we just do it? We didn't know what we wanted to do. We knew we wanted to like get our own place soon. We've been together for 5 years, so we knew that we wanted to get our own place soon, start our own little life together. And I think with COVID and everything, like we just felt like we missed so much of our lives. Everyone did. And we just didn't want 2021 to be this way anymore. So come March, we are applying to jobs in the city, kind of just for fun to see what happens. And she ends up getting a full-time job here. So then we're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. And because we lived 2 hours away from the city, it would be a lot to commute, and we wanted to move here anyway. So we began just kind of going to different apartment listing viewings and checking places out. And we ended up looking at this place that I'm in right now. The price of this place is so amazing. If you want a whole video on what I pay for this apartment, it's a one-bedroom.
You wouldn't believe it.
In Manhattan. No, you will never guess it. It is so
you
low.
Would think she's lying.
And it's definitely a COVID deal, but also I think there's a lot of aspects to it that makes it cheaper as well. But we'll see when it releases up in April how much it goes up, because I'm a little scared for that. Yeah, we applied to the apartment and we were approved. And oh my god, life got so much better after that. And so we moved here, I think 2 weeks later after we got approved. Things in New York happen so fast. So we moved in 2 weeks on April 1st, and we started our life here. And it was just absolute fun up until today. Like, we've had just constant fun, just exploring, going to the Brooklyn Bridge, just Washington Square Park. We found our own little places that we love to explore. We've done so much, and things get chaotic here, and there are times where we, you know, there are definitely downs as well. I just have like depression, anxiety, that's just always going to be in my body. I can't really get rid of that. So of course I did have points where I felt depressed, even though I was living the best year of my entire life. And my girlfriend had times as well that were not good, and so it led her to quit jobs, and so she's had like 5 jobs since we've been here. And I know that sounds crazy, but you literally are in control of your life, and if you're not happy somewhere, there's no point in staying there. And that's one thing that I learned, or that I've been learning, I think. So I think that's a good thing, and I think everyone should just take pride in the fact that you have control. Like, this is your life, you only have one to live, and you have to just make the most out of it. One of my favorite months here after April was probably June. If you don't know, if you're new to this channel, I am a lesbian. We actually went to Florida. It was my grandma's birthday, and so we met up with my family in Florida, and that was obviously amazing. We did miss New York City Pride here, which I was kind of sad about, but we were also at the beach in Florida, so I was still very grateful, very happy. And then we came back, oh my god, we came back from Florida, and the day of coming back, it was the last day of Pride weekend. It was a Sunday, and we were like, ugh, I can't believe we missed the whole weekend. Like, should we go out? Oh my gosh, we went to Stonewall Inn, which is the famous bar here because that's literally where the Stonewall riots happened and the reason why we have rights today. And we went there, and it was the most amazing time we've ever had. I'll say it was definitely the most drunk that I've ever been in my entire life, and it was a blast. Like, oh my gosh, it was so good. And the next day we felt horrible, but we just felt so happy. Also, like, while living here, we did have a few times where we went upstate, obviously, to like visit her family. Those were really nice times. We got to like be in the country and get out of this crazy city. And yeah, this year we went to so many concerts. I'm a huge concert person, always have been, and we went to Remy Wolf, love her. We went to a Kevin Garrett show with Elliot Skinner, he's amazing. We went to Global Citizen Music Festival. That was so much fun. Thank you to our friend Jimmy. If Jimmy watches this, he gave us free tickets to it, which is amazing, and it was literally the best time ever. So yeah, we did go to the Christmas lighting a few weeks ago at Rockefeller Center, and we got to see a lot of artists that we like. I think probably one of the craziest things that we did this year, like, you know, like the kids who had in their room like a bunch of posters of celebrities. We didn't quite ever grow out of that phase, me or my girlfriend, so we went to a lot of like events like that as well. Like, we went to Shawn Mendes had a pop-up shop. We went to that. That was really cool. Got to, like, you know, not technically meet him, but we saw him like up close. That was kind of cool. We went to the Met Gala, which everyone knows what that is, and that was the craziest week of my entire life. I can't even tell you. If you're thinking of coming to New York and you're like, what event should I go for? Don't go for Christmas, don't go for New Year. Go for the Met Gala. You literally, if you just go to any hotel in Midtown or near the Met Museum, you will just see like celebrities like flooding out of hotels and stuff. And basically what everyone does is you just go hotel hopping and you just meet a bunch of people. I met Addison Rae, I met SZA, I saw Rihanna up close, so many more people. We saw Billie Eilish, didn't really get any good like videos or pictures with her or anything like that, but we saw Justin Bieber. That was my girlfriend's like dream.
Cry.
But also mine. I did used to love him a lot, so that was really cool.
A$AP Rocky, Chance the Rapper, Kehlani.
Yeah.
But Frank Ocean, that's
yeah,
like
you don't see Frank
unheard
Ocean.
of.
And Kehlani, hates meeting fans. If I'm ever famous, I'm always scared that people, like celebrities, are gonna see this and be like, what the fuck, like you're talking shit as a random normal person. But anyways, Kehlani like doesn't like meet fans very often, and the fact that I saw her in person on the street and I was in a paparazzi photo with her. Crazy. No, it was so crazy and so much fun, and I felt very crazy for doing it all, and we did it for a week straight. Like I was exhausted. The reason that the Met Gala was so big this year was because not only was it the Met Gala in this weekend, but it was also the VMAs in the same weekend. It was hosted in New York. So there was just celebrities here for so many different reasons. And anyways, we were like, should we be crazy and go to the VMAs and just stand outside? Because people do that all the time too. And we did, and we saw so many people, like Olivia Rodrigo, like so many people from afar. Everyone was so nice. Normani. We were waiting outside the VMAs, and randomly the security guard is like, are you guys vaccinated? And we were like, yeah. And he was like, can I see your vaccine card? And we were like, sure. And he's like, all right, here's some tickets to go into the show. And we were like, what? And we got to go into the VMAs for free. Like, literally what? So crazy. And as we walked in, guess who was performing? Yep.
And guess who just got an award?
Yeah, right when we walked in, Doja Cat's performing, She's performing, Justin Bieber wins an award. So it was like a double whammy for us. We both won that night. It was just so crazy. I can't even believe that happened still. I think the next biggest thing that I got to do this year was Halloween happened. Halloween came, and we actually got invited as a special guest to be at this like queer Halloween party in Queens, and it was really so cool. We were so just grateful that people even wanted us to be there, and it was so much fun, and we had a great time. I was a little anxious. I'm always anxious at every event, but it was a really good time. It was fun. That's really all for like big events that I did. I just wanted to document these for myself and for whoever cares to see, but it was a really good year, and I think I learned so much about being an adult, as this is my first year of moving out. And oh,
you went to Hawaii.
I went to Hawaii in November. It was yeah, November. My aunt got married in Honolulu, so we went to Hawaii and got to be there for a week, which that was just that was the most beautiful place I've ever experienced. I have a vlog if you want to watch it of me being there. But yeah, besides all of the things that I did, what I learned, I think, was how to be an adult. Now that it's the end of the year and I had a lot of fun this year, I ran out of a lot of money, and now I'm learning more how to deal with that. I just got a second job. If you are watching my next week's vlog, you'll see more of that. I feel like I've learned more of how to handle myself and my emotions a little bit more. I saw a post the other day, and it says something about like noticing how you react differently to a situation that would have really like stressed you out and you wouldn't have known how to handle before, is like one of the biggest signs that you've grown. And I've noticed so much, because like all the issues I experience here, I've experienced in other places, but here things are amplified because the city is just so chaotic and busy and loud all the time. So the fact that I'm handling these same situations in a much more chaotic environment and I'm getting through them, I feel like I've just grown so much. It's hard to think about like kind of like the smaller things, but on a bigger scale I've learned just better how to prioritize my mental health and how to make myself feel better when I'm not well. I posted a lot of videos about that this year, I feel like, because sometimes I just go through little periods and I don't know how to handle things, and just trying to figure out how to take care of myself. I feel like I've learned a lot about. I've learned how to communicate. We've had a few little things happen in our relationship, and that's very normal. We've been together for 5 years and we got through it.
Moving together.
Yeah. First year being on our own together. That's a big thing.
It's hard.
But we got through it. We're sitting here on New Year's Eve with a plate of it's kind of gross, and guacamole, and we're going into the new year, and we made it. We made it.
Proud of you. You had
one big thing I'm proud of myself for is for posting on YouTube, for posting on Instagram. I've always been so anxious around posting on social media and what people think about me, if people think I'm trying too hard, whatever. And I think a lot of it has to do with living in New York. People just don't care about you and what you're doing here. It's helped me on social media not think about like what people were thinking about me in high school. I don't know why that used to mean so much to me. Like I was like, if I post this, someone from high school is gonna like think something about me. But like I've graduated high school like 5 years ago, which is so crazy to say. I don't like saying that out loud. But I don't care anymore. I don't. I've like completely moved on from that. Now I'm posting my own YouTube videos of me talking. Like if you knew me in high school, you didn't hear my voice one time. Like I just was always so anxious and not shy. I hate being called shy. I don't think I'm a naturally shy person. I do think I'm an introvert, but I am anxious. It's anxiety. I'm not just this like, I'm shy, it's so cute. No, it's fucking awful that I feel like this every day, and I just hate that term. Anyways, but not gonna go into deep of that, but yeah, basically if you knew me in high school, you didn't know me, and now I'm kind of branching out and trying to just let myself breathe. I've been through so many things that have kept me in this box. Things that were out of my control. I didn't make myself feel this way. It's just how I was raised by certain people and raised with certain values, and I'm finally just letting myself breathe and let go, and it feels so good. I think my confidence has been the highest it's ever been this year. That's another thing that I'm proud of.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Are you?
I really am.
To close out this video, what I'm manifesting for next year. Like I said, I don't really like resolutions because I don't like that you have this pressure on yourself, and then it's like if you don't follow through, it's like, okay, well now your year is just ruined. You didn't do anything on your list. I'm manifesting more travel for sure. That's when I feel happiest. Something about me that you might not know is that I feel, because I think I've just grown up so anxious, like the places I feel most comfortable are places where people don't know me. So whenever I'm traveling, that's when I'm my best self. That's when I feel like the most confident, because no one knows me. I don't have to like put up a front for anyone. Not that I should anyway, but that's just how my brain works. But yeah, more traveling, more experiencing things. I want to grow more mentally. Like I want my confidence to be more. I still have trouble like talking with people. I'm still really anxious about that. Also a big thing, it's New Year's Eve. I'm so happy to be celebrating it at home. I'm celebrating it at home because COVID is so bad in the city right now. We're gonna make tacos and everything tonight, and I'm so happy for that. But I'm also just a little bit sad, I guess, that I don't have friends to celebrate it with. That's another aspect of my life that I'm missing out on. So I'm just manifesting some good people to come into my life, some friends, for sure. Because in my current job, I work pretty independently, so there's not really a way for me to make friends very easily. But I'm hoping at this new job, maybe there's gonna be like just some amazing person or people that I'll meet that will be in my life forever, because that's definitely one thing that I feel like I'm lacking, is a support system that isn't just my girlfriend. What else am I manifesting? I guess like more healing, like I said, like just more of healing my inner child and what she went through, and how I can become a better person, I think. And I think I do still struggle a lot with, my girlfriend can vouch for this, controlling my emotions, and it would be nice to get to a better relationship with my emotions, especially anger. Sometimes I get really angry and it's scary. I scare myself. I think that's pretty much all for this video. I feel like I went through some of the major parts in my life this year. We had so many doubts about moving to New York. Oh my goodness.
We freaking did it.
We finally did it.
We don't make any decisions. Like
even right now, we're second guessing kind of moving or living here again next year. We're probably gonna have to because we don't have a lot of money saved up, but next year, I don't know. I could end up living in a van. That's one of my dreams as well. We've been talking about that.
Or we could be on the West Coast.
We could be in Los Angeles or Arizona. We've talked about that. We've talked about so many things. I think one of my favorite things about myself and my girlfriend now, she didn't used to be this way. But she's I think I changed her a little bit, but now she's
did.
becoming more
Better, though.
spontaneous, and
Yeah, I'm just like, take me wherever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm just always looking for the next thing, the next adventure.
That's
And-
why that's so cool. Like, it's honestly so scary. Like, when you move out, you just realize that, like, your life is literally how you make it. Like how you were talking about before, like, I quit a job because I wasn't happy at it. And, like, it was terrifying because, like, I lost money from it until I found a next job. But, like, I ended up having the best summer of my life, and I was so happy because I put my happiness first. Like, if I didn't quit, I would have been miserable. I wouldn't have been able to do any of that because I would have, like, worked nights and just worked crazy hours, and I would have missed out on everything. And it's so crazy to look back at those moments where you, like, second guess it, and, like, the slight chance of if I would have stayed, and then I would have had a terrible year. But I
And
think
look-
our summer is what made the year the best.
We were scared money-wise of you quitting that job, and look at us. We survived to the end of the year and had the most amazing, crazy summer. We were living like we were like millionaires. The biggest key to life, I think, and the biggest thing that made this year so good for me and for us is that we recognized and accepted that nothing matters.
Oh my
at
god,
all.
it doesn't. Nothing's permanent, everything is temporary. You just live to the best of your ability. No one knows what they're doing. Everyone's just winging
Everyone's
it.
just pretending to know what they're doing.
Exactly. So, and that knowing that helps you a lot in life, to realize that nobody else knows what they're doing. Everyone's just winging it. Even people with big cool jobs, they don't know what they're doing. They're just pretending to be somebody.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Life's crazy. But I think this is all for this video. If you'd like to join me in 2022, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. Like I said, I'll link our Instagrams and TikToks and whatever as well. But that's all for this video. I hope you guys all have a really nice year. Hopefully it's filled with growth and laughter and fun and everything you ever want it to be. It has been the best year ever. I will check back in next year with one of these videos. But for now, I'll see you guys next week in the next video. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year.